Okay guys, we're back with another Roshfooco watches and things. As you can see, today we're going to take a look at the Seiko Prospex SRPB53J1, of course nicknamed the Samurai. This, I believe, was a 2017 reissue of the original 2004 Samurai, although there are some changes which we'll discuss in the coming minutes. So across the bezel we've got 43.8mm, a lovely squat 48 lug to lug. I get 13mm thickness and a 22mm lug width. I've had this one for about 18 months, so I thought it was time to give my long-term views. I picked this one up on the Asian grey market for about $250 US, brand new. That's pretty good price. Usually they're running at around 400, and I found my time with it to be a very durable, interesting, unique watch from Seiko's Prospex and Diver range. So we've got a fully 316L stainless steel bezel case back. That is a major difference to the 2004 Samurai, which was titanium model. This is fully steel. It is brushed, decent enough brushing. I certainly think that works well with its role as a usable diving tool. Yes, there is a bit of polish in that recess section around the 9 o'clock. I actually quite like that section there. If you see the crown and the crown guards at 3, it's almost as if it's been pulled and stretched and therefore leaving a recess at 9. I like that design. In fact, the design of the Samurai is certainly its most redeeming feature. Nice hobnail finish on that 120 click unidirectional dive time bezel. Nice action. No discernible play. And wonder of all wonders. Let's try that again. Yeah, well, it's not exact, but that's Seiko for you. That really grippy design on the bezel makes it really easy to maneuver. That's reflected in this really easy to use crown. 7mm width on this one, so really easy to use even if you had greasy or wet, dirty hands. screws in nicely for that 200 meters of water resistance. It is a diver's 200 meters, so it is ISO 6425 certified. Aluminium bezel insert, loom pip at 12, and on the top is a flat bit of Seiko Hardlex glass. Yeah, you've heard all the opinions of Hardlex. It's not sapphire, but it does the job. It will scratch if it is hit on a hard surface, but what I like here is the protection afforded by the bezel. You see the glass is set back under the lip of the bezel, so most hits are going to be taken by the bezel. On a dive watch, on a tool watch, the bezel is for timing, and it's also for protecting the glass. I think that's really good. Yes, okay, on occasion you might get a bit of dirt, a bit of gunk caught in between that bezel lip and the Hardlex, but a small price to pay, I think, for keeping your Hardlex in tip-top order. Inside this one we got a 4R35 Seiko automatic mechanical movement. You've heard the specs before: 41 hour power reserve, 3 Hertz, hackable, quick set date function. Usually a very reliable movement. This one running a little fast. It's about 10 or 11 seconds a day fast, which is not ideal. I've had better 4R35s in other watches, but it's okay. It's not so bad. Let's focus in on the dial a bit if we can. Nice polished monster handset, affording lots and lots of space for that Seiko loom. We'll check that out in a bit. I also like that elongated red tip to the seconds hand, although I think I would prefer it if it reached right out to that chapter ring, but it's okay as it is. It's a very legible dial. You can see the size of the indexes, rectangular indexes, a kind of trapezium shaped ones at 6 and 9, that double marker at 12 for orientation. You even get a touch of loom at the 3 next to the date window. On the dial you can see this has a guilloche effect, almost a clou de Paris, I guess. Gives a bit more visual interest, a bit more depth, texture to the dial. I'm still not sure if it's actually there or whether it's just printed on a flat dial. I'm not sure. My camera unfortunately is not good enough. You can probably hear in the background that I have recently relocated for work to a very different place in the world. I don't have all of my equipment with me, I don't have all of my watches with me, but we're going to try and do some reviews nonetheless. I don't have the original strap on it either. It does come on this SRPB53, comes on the Seiko rubber dive strap, the new style one, which is very soft and durable, got a nice hardware for the tang and for the keeper. I prefer this kind of isofrane style strap. This is actually from a Phoebus Shock Horror, got a different brand strap to the watch. My OCD is apparent in other aspects of my life, but I don't care what the strap says, what the buckle says, and what it says on the dial. That's not an issue for me. Drilled lugs. Lots of people like drilled lugs for how easy it is to get different straps in and out. I can take or leave them, to be honest. You can always stick a strap changing tool in between the lugs and the strap to get that spring bar out. You can see on the back the nomenclature for the Prospex line, Air Divers 200. You've seen it all before. This is made in Japan. See on the dial. Oh, that's actually a nice picture of that guilloche, and you can see a really nice polished surrounds for those hour markers. It's actually a really pretty design for a dive watch. It kind of balances out that kind of tough workhorse timepiece with elements of design that are really kind of eye-catching. Speaking of design, the design of the Samurai is perhaps Seiko's most audacious design. A really angular and precise case, contrasted very much with the more cushiony shapes that you get with the Turtle or the SKX line. In fact, I'll just put that down. I have my SKX on at the moment, so we can actually do it side by side. You can see the size of that, 43.8. But whereas the SKX is a lot more rounded and soft, fluffy, it's got some fantastic lines. Perhaps its most redeeming and well-known feature is those dramatic drop-down lugs, almost as if they've been sliced off by our eponymous swordsman. As I say, really quite daring, quite audacious design. And quite apart from that, in a usable form, it allows for this almost maxi face that you get on the Samurai. Extreme legibility, but you can also wear it, because of that short lug to lug, on range of wrists. I've got a 7-inch wrist, I'll stick it on in a second. It fits no problem at all. I reckon 6.5, 6 3/4 inch wrists up to 8. Has anyone got more than an 8-inch wrist? Anyway, you can wear this unless you've got real matchsticks for wrists. The Samurai is going to be wearable for you. Let me just stick it on. I'll stick it on now. It wears really well. There it is, 13mm thick, or thin in this case. No overhang whatsoever. Really wears well. So in conclusion, we've got a really well balanced dive watch from Seiko here, with kind of nuanced design, individual design, but within a really hard wearing and rugged package if you wanted to go diving, if you wanted to do your hiking and what have you with this watch. It's going to be able to take any of that, but also because of the polishing, because of the angles, because of the thought that's gone into the design. It also fulfills the kind of aesthetic wants that many people require in their watches. It also, I haven't showed you yet, it also got incredible luminescence like many Seiko watches. Let's just turn off the lights. Well, need I say more? So there it is, guys, my 18-month review of the Seiko SRPB53J1. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I'll try and have some more reviews out pretty soon, depending on workload. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.